The craziest bet you ever did. I was 6 beers deep at the hotel bar when Alan put $300 on the counter. Bet you can't give a toast at that wedding next door. We could hear the DJ through the wall asking for speakers. My girlfriend had just dumped me over text for never taking risks or putting myself out there. I'd been telling my friends all night that I could charm anyone, and Alan decided to test me. The guys all leaned in to see if I'd take the bet. The reception was at that point where they opened the mic to anyone who wants to speak. My drunk plan was simple. I'd pretend to work with the groom and give a generic business guy speech. Rob told me dedication and commitment were perfect wedding words. The ballroom doors were open and people were walking freely between spaces. My shirt was wrinkled, but the lights were dim enough to hide it. I walked in from the hotel bar, and when the DJ saw me approaching the microphone, he looked relieved that someone finally volunteered. I grabbed the microphone and a champagne glass from a passing waiter, then told everyone I'd needed a moment outside because big moments get to me while people smiled and nodded and the bride sat up to listen. I started with safe stuff about knowing the groom from work and watching him grow as a professional before pointing at the bride and saying, "This guy talks about you the way he talks about his biggest wins." Everyone laughed while the groom mouthed thank you from his table with tears forming in his eyes as I kept going with generic lines about late nights at the office paying off. "Remember those long nights when everything seemed impossible?" I said, getting nods from everyone who'd ever worked late. "Well, now you found someone worth losing sleep for." My voice cracked when I mentioned what makes a good partnership because that's what my ex said I couldn't do, but I pushed through and finished by saying they deserved all the happiness in the world. The room exploded with applause, and the groom caught me in a huge hug saying it meant everything, probably too emotional and drunk to wonder why he didn't remember me. And that's when Natalie walked up with dark hair and a smile that made me forget why I was there. She pressed a napkin with her purple penned number into my hand while saying, "I work for the wedding planner and I've never heard such a beautiful toast from a business guy," and we ended up dancing for a few songs while my friends watched from the doorway in shock. During our last dance, Natalie asked, "Coffee sometime?" right in my ear, and I said yes immediately. When my friends texted that the hotel bar was closing, she squeezed my hand, making me promise to call before I left, feeling better than I had in weeks. 2 weeks later, the bride tried to send me a thank you card but couldn't figure out who I was. The wedding planner pulled security footage and saw me walking in from the public bar and grabbing a glass from their reception waiter. The hotel banned me using my credit card information from the bar tab. That night, Natalie texted, "The planner